So we've been called to a bar. Police have made sure the scene's safe. I see one male laying supine, holding his ribs. We're gonna make our approach. Hey, sir, what happened today?
I was in a fight outside the bar.
Okay, so he's speaking in full sentences, so that I know he has a patent airway. His respiration rate is elevated, but he's breathing regularly. And I also have a strong radial pulse. Partner, if you want to just hook up the SpO2 and start with the basic set of vitals, that'd be great. Okay, so you can tell me a little bit more what happened. So you said you got in a fight. How long ago was that?
It was like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, just you hold your head still. You didn't hit. You weren't hitting the neck or the spine or the head anywhere, really.
No, just the ribs.
Okay, and you haven't had anything to drink tonight or anything like that?
No.
Okay, no memory loss, anything like that, right?
No.
Okay, perfect. So it's quickly, we're going to go ahead and rule out C-spine. Okay, so I just want to ask a little bit more about your side here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you say it hurts?
It's a 9.
It's a 9?
Yeah.
And so you said it happened how long ago exactly?
About like 10 minutes ago.
About 10 minutes ago. And has it been consistently a 9 for that whole 10 minutes?
Yeah, it just hurts.
Okay. Is there anything that makes it worse?
Breathing and moving.
So you can't really move around, and anytime you breathe in it, you find it makes it a lot worse?
Yeah.
Anything else that you find provokes it?
Not really.
Okay, and can you describe the pain to me? Like you specifically?
It's just a sharp pain. in
Like a
my
sharp pain?
side here, yeah.
Okay, and they only ever kicked you, right? There was no sort of weapons or clubs or anything like that used?
No.
Okay. I just want to do now kind of a basic assessment, just go over. Oh, and I just want to really quickly, just because you have received some damage to your rib cage, I just want to really quickly listen to your lungs, okay? So I just want you to take a deep breath in for me. Another deep breath. Deep breath. And one more. Okay, so I've got clear air entry apex to base bilaterally, meaning I probably don't have any obstructions. Okay, so I just want to do just kind of a more focused assessment, get an idea of what's going on. Just starting up at the head, I'm just looking at the condition. I don't see any cyanosis around the lips. His nostrils aren't flaring. I don't think he's in any sort of extreme work of breathing. If you can, do you think you could tolerate sitting up a little bit for us? I can support your back, okay?
Sure.
Okay, so we're just going to sit you up a little bit, and just right there. Now look to your left. Now I'm not seeing any sort of JVD or anything like that. We're noticing his trachea is still midline. No tracheotomy stars or anything like that. We're just going to, it's okay, we're going to expose your chest just to get a better look of things that's going on. So when we expose the chest, I noticed that there's a large amount of bruising to the ribs he was protecting. Really quickly, I just want you to take a nice deep breath for me. So I don't have any paradoxal movement. The rib cage is all moving evenly. So if there's no deformities either, I don't see any change in the shape. Just a little bit of red bruising and swelling. If you could you roll over onto your good side? I just want to take a look at your back. So just taking it back, looking at the back ribs. There's no deformities, no bruising, no swelling, anything like that. When we're looking at the stomach, it's okay. You can come back down now. We didn't see any sort of ascites or edema in the stomach. Just going to really quickly, I'm just going to palpate your abdomen, make sure there's no other further damage. So tell me if you feel any pain. Nothing? No, nothing like that?
The ribs, man.
Okay. Now, just because of the acuity of the call and the husband trauma, I want to do a more focused auscultation, get a better point, do more than just the 4 basic points. So just going to take a deep breath. Another one. Deep breath. Another one. Deep breath. And one more. We're doing a 6-point auscultation just to get a better idea and just divide the lung up into further segments so we can have a better idea what's going on. We heard completely normal breath sounds. There's no adventitious sounds that I could hear. Patient seems healthy, no obesity, so there's not any higher risks for that. We're going to go on to his extremities. What's our SpO2 at?
SpO2 is is 92.
92, and the other vitals are?
His heart rate is 120 regular, his rest rate is 28 shallow and labored, and his BP is 140 on 100.
Okay, perfect. So all his vitals are a bit elevated, but that could just be from the stress of the event. Okay, so finally we just want to take a look at the extremities. I'm just going to take a quick look. I'm not noticing any discoloration or difference in color between his arms. I'm just going to check. We've got no clubbing of the fingertips, no cyanosis. Just check a cap refill. So I squeeze, I've got normal cap refill. Same on the other finger. We're just going to move down to the legs. Oh, and do you feel that, right? You can feel it when I squeeze. Which finger am I squeezing?
The middle one.
Perfect. Okay, and which finger am I squeezing this time without looking at
The
it?
little one.
Perfect. Okay, so now we're just going to take a look at the legs. Just going to expose the legs. We have no pitting edema, no weeping edema, anything like that. We don't want to take off his shoe and take a look just to make sure, again, we have good circulation. Again, cap refill, and we check and make sure it's consistent with the other foot. All right, partner, if you want, can you just help me sit him up? We also want to do an auscultation on the back just because we can get different sounds between the front and the back. So my partner's going to help support you. Just sit forward if you can, as long as that's comfortable. And I'm just going to move behind, and I'm just going to give a listen to your lungs. So this time we're going to be looking for any sort of wheezing, crackles, coarse or dry, any sort of pleural rub, anything we can hear, any advantageous sounds that can give a better idea of what's going on. Okay, so we were called to a farm for a 55-year-old male patient suffering from short of breath under a gazebo. Scene is safe. I don't think we need any allied resources. Hey, sir, can you tell me what's going on today? Okay, so he's speaking to me in partial sentences, so I know he's in a bit of respiratory distress, but I do have a strong radial pulse, and his airway does seem to be patent. Okay, so I noticed my patient is tribarding and using some accessory muscle use with his breathing. So partner, if you want to go ahead, can you get his SpO2 hooked up and then start on a basic set of vitals? All right, sir, I just want to get a better listen what's going on. I'm just going to auscultate and hear what's going on with your lungs. I'm just going to under your shirt. So just take a deep breath for me. And one more. Okay, so I had crackles in the bases, fine crackles in the bases, bilaterally clear air entry in the apices. Okay, so tell me exactly, like, how long has this been going on for?
All day.
It's been going on all day. Does it come on when you're moving around, or just when you, like, at all the time? Is it when you're resting, or when you exert effort, does it start? It's always. I notice you're coughing a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit more about the cough? Are you coughing up anything? Is a dry cough productive?
It's mucus in it.
Okay, is there any color to the mucus?
Just clear.
Okay, and you're not experiencing any sort of chest pain, right? There's no sort of pain anywhere?
No.
There's no pain, just the difficulty breathing. Do you find sitting forward like this makes it easier for you to breathe? Okay, have you been sleeping funny? Do you have to sit up at your sleep, or have you been sleeping laying down?
Depends on the day.
Okay, so some nights you find you have to sleep sitting up. Do you have any other, like, anything else that you've been noticing abnormal of lately, like any weight loss, anything like that?
Yeah, lost some weight recently.
And have you recently found you've been having trouble catching your breath?
Oh yeah.
So what was the first symptom you noticed when you noticed something was off?
It's just hard to breathe, man.
Okay. And the cough has been present the whole time? This whole time we've been feeling unwell?
That came on after.
Okay, so now when I've noticed he's speaking to me, I notice he does have a bit of dyspnea. He probably has about 3 to 4 word dyspnea, meaning he has to breathe after every fourth word, making it very hard for him to communicate. And you said there was no sort of chest pain, and now I do notice my patient is wheezing a little bit as he's speaking to me, so there is fine wheezing. So I just want you to, do you have any allergies? I just want to get a better idea with your medical history.
No.
Okay, is there any medications you're on?
Yeah, I take methotrexate, lansoprazole, ASA, and hydrochlorothiazide.
Okay. Do you want to go a little bit more? Do you have a past medical history? Anything we need to know about?
Yeah. Rheumatoid arthritis,
Okay.
GERD, angina, and hypertension.
Okay. Have you been taking all your medications for these things? You take them regularly as you're supposed to?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the last thing you had to eat?
Eggs this morning.
Okay. And can you describe the events leading up to when you decided to call us? Like, what made you decide that you needed to name this?
It's really hard to breathe right now.
Okay. And so this is just abnormal for you. Like, normally you have a little bit of trouble, but this is just too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Really quickly, can I ask? Are you a smoker by any chance? No? Okay, not a smoker. Okay, I just want to go on and ahead and do a more focused physical assessment. So if you can tolerate for a little bit, what I want you to do is I want you to scoot your bum forward, and I want you to lean back. I'm not noticing any sort of cyanosis around the lips, nothing like that. He's tracking me, his GCS is good. And just look to the left if you can. I'm not noticing any sort of JVD, anything like that. It's harder now that we've gotten you to sit back to breathe. Is that at all? Okay, so we have some change up position. You can go ahead and come back to a position that's comfortable. I'm noticing he does use some accessory muscle use. He's got a bit of barrel chesting, and he's tripoding to make it easier to breathe. And his level of consciousness, he seems to be GCS 15. He seems to be alert and awake, really able to answer all my questions. As far as he looks like his nose is flaring a little bit on breath and extra work of breathing, and I find he is doing a bit of pursed lip breathing to help him get the air out. And just really quickly, I need to take a look at your neck. Just look up. We don't have any. There's no deviation in his trachea. Spine and everything is good. We don't have anything like that. Skin color is a little bit ashen and a little bit gray, but he is dry at the same time, and his skin condition is warm. Movement does seem to make the situation a lot worse when we get it to move on. Just if it's okay, can you lean back, and we're just going to expose the abdomen really quick if you can tolerate this. So again, we're just looking for any sort of scars, surgical scars, any sort of trauma. We do notice a bit of barrel chesting. I'm just going to put my hands here. I want you to take a nice deep breath for me. Okay, so his chest does inflate equally. What's the vitals we have?
We have a 112 heart rate, 30 rest rate, 160 over 80, and then the CO2 is 89.
Okay, so he is all his vitals are a bit elevated, which is expected in a case like this. Okay, so we're just exposing. We don't notice any sort of abnormalities. We do notice a little bit of ascites, and I'm just going to palpate if that's okay. We're looking first before we palpate. So I just want you to let me know if this does any pain. Any pain there? No, so there's no pain when we palpate the abdomen, but I do notice that it is soft and there's a little bit of ascites present. Okay, so moving on, we just want to take a look. We're going to take one more auscultation from the front, just a little more focus. This is a respiratory call, so we want to have a great idea of what's going on with his lungs. I'm just going to expose real quick. So again, one deep breath. And another. Breath. And one more. Okay, so we still just do have fine crackles in the bases. So you haven't noticed any sort of constipation in the last few days, been regular and everything like that? I am noticing that he does have a little bit of barrel chesting, and he's using his accessory muscles to breathe. And I do notice the patient is slightly obese. Okay, so we're going to just do an 8-point auscultation, just to get a better idea once again of what's going on in his lungs. We're going to go from the back that time because it's a lot easier to hear. Auscultation just to get a more focused idea. And once again, we're just listening for, take a breath for me. We're listening for crackles, wheezing, any sort of pleural rub, coarse or fine crackles. The only thing we are finding is fine crackles in the bases of both lobes. Okay, and just moving on finally, I just want to check. We've got no discoloration in the arms or anything like that. Slightly ashen, but they are consistent. We're just going to check cap refill. Cap refill seems good. We're going to expose the legs. I'm just going to pick. We have a little bit of pitting edema, but not weeping edema. And on the other side, it's consistent. We're going to be checking our pedal pulses to make sure that the pulses are present, and again, checking cap refill on the feet to make sure there's adequate cap refill. We're also going to want to do pulse oximetry, make sure we got equal pulses on both sides, and if we can, we'll get an end tidal CO2 as well as an SpO2 hooked up to get a better idea of his vitals.